RV's Gone Wild.
Hey everyone, it's RV's Gone Wild number 26. Been away for a couple of weeks. Hopefully that long Turd Duckin episode I just put out satisfied you while you had to wait. In another month or two, I'll put together yet another Turd Duckin compilation. But right now, we're going to get on to some videos. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope this video earns your subscription. I really need to get everyone who's watching this to subscribe. And we're going to get started. Now, unfortunately, we're going to get started on a little bit of a down note here. We had a tragedy, and it occurred on the Teton Pass. In Wyoming, I believe it is, near Jackson Hole, the Teton Pass. And it's the kind of pass that goes, at 10% grades for miles and miles. And you really need to know how to, deal with your gear down. And unfortunately, these folks driving a Class A just didn't quite have it together enough. Unfortunately, they were riding their brakes. Apparently, they were stuck behind some other vehicle that kept slowing down. And unfortunately, after they passed the last runaway truck lane, they finally lost total control of their Class A brakes. They tried to use a bike path to sort of as a runaway lane. It didn't work well, and unfortunately, one of the folks was lost. You can see the entire rig was destroyed. They were towing an F-150, so it was a really big, heavy load coming down. The Teton Pass is nothing to play with. I just this last few weeks have been riding on some 14, 12, and 10% grades here in BC. I think Jason from RV Life said it best here.
Stay safe out there, folks, and don't hit mountain passes until you read up on downshifting your transmission.
Indeed, make sure that you gear down. I actually almost gamify it. I try to make it sort of a goal of mine when I'm going down a very steep grade to just simply not use the brakes. My goal is to not use the brakes at all. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to use the brakes a little bit, but I try not to do it at all. And if you are going to hit the brakes going down a hill, make sure that you do surge braking, where you brake really hard for short periods of time. Don't ride those brakes or you're going to overheat them. Be safe out there, do your research. If you've got a tip on how to deal with downhill braking, put it in the comments below. Share the knowledge. And now that we've addressed that sad situation, let's get on with the rest of the show. If you haven't seen Casey Liddell out of Oregon, the guy is funny, the guy's got a bit of attitude, and he's kind of earned his attitude. So it's a great channel to watch. And at this time, he had to peer up with another tow company to try to get this Class A off the side of a hill. And this Class A was ready to tip the whole time they were doing it. So I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm not going to show the whole thing here. But here, check out a little clip from that video.
So when rigging up the straps to the back, we knew that one of them was going to pull on the fuel filter and fuel filter housing and most likely crush it, damage it, rip it off, something like that. But that was kind of our best option and least damaging option of anything we could hook to on this thing. And also that spot was the best chance for success. So that was something we were just kind of willing to damage. And the puddle jumper crew was watching it the whole time. You see right here, she saw it starting to leak, so she stopped everything. And then while they handled that, I went over and checked out some of my rigging. Luckily, they had all kinds of spill containment stuff ready. So while I checked over my rigging, made a couple modifications, they pulled out their spill kit, put under it to keep any diesel from hitting the ground.
Again, the full clip is down in the description. Make sure you check it out. If you haven't subscribed to Casey's channel, you might as well. You'll get a kick out of it. My wife always wonders why I watch tow channels. I don't watch all of them, but I definitely watch Casey and Matt's Off-Road. And I ran across this image. It looks like somebody else made a mistake with their Class A. Luckily, I imagine nobody got hurt with this one. But, be careful out there driving. And another one that didn't fare so well. This one's a fully engulfed Class A. Unfortunately, the driver didn't have all the information on it. Breaks my heart to see this kind of stuff. One hopes for the Class A, they've got full coverage. It just goes to show you got to be careful out there. And while we're on the subject, Lyle A sent this to us. He actually was living in this RV when the fire broke out. He lost everything, including his guns, ammo, reloading equipment. It was a real sad day for him. It happened about 10 years ago. He's a real big fan of the channel, and he wanted to share his story with us. We're real sorry. I hope you've rebuilt your RV life since then. And good luck out there in Missouri. Take care. And regular viewer and fan of the channel, Anna McKee. Hey, tell me if I'm pronouncing that right in the comments. I always pronounce your name, but I'm never sure if I'm doing it right. He wanted to identify what he thought was the proper tow vehicle. Apparently it runs $120K for the trailer, but he wasn't sure about the truck. He felt this should be standard. I wish we all had the luxury to drive around a truck like this, but it wouldn't work as my daily driver in downtown Vancouver. Cor from the Netherlands, who's always sending us the awesome pictures, sent us a couple of interesting European style rigs. I imagine these are in the Netherlands. That's where he's from. We got this one that has a pop-up. We have this other one that looks a lot like one I just happened to see not too long ago this weekend when I was in Pemberton, BC. Some folks from Quebec had a rig that looked a lot like this. It wasn't exactly the same, but it was this European style. They drove this one all the way across Canada from Quebec. They got it because it was particularly lightweight, but they do take it on some dirt roads very slowly, he said. And another one we saw on our recent vacation was this OffRoader. Looked really cool. It actually had European plates. I guess here in Canada, you can kind of come over from Europe with your European plates and just drive around here. In the same way you can do that with US plates in Europe and US plates in Canada. You know, we all have one open sharing method. So yeah, they were actually in a European vehicle. From what I understand, these folks have driven all over Canada, and eventually they're going to make their way down to Argentina. I know you can't drive all the way to Argentina. You got to take a boat there between Panama and Colombia. People always correct me on that. But no, yeah, they're going to go all the way to Argentina, and then they're going to decide if they want to stay in Argentina or go back to Europe or what they're going to do next. That's some really full-time in just open road living. Impressed. And another one I saw at the same campsite in Lillooet was this OffRoader. Now this one I think had Oregon plates or something. It was here from North America, but it was a beefy one. I got some video of it as it drove by. Daryl AG sent this to us. He wanted to say hi and thanks for all the content and videos. He really enjoys it. And hey, no problem. I enjoy making it for you guys. He bought a 2013 Keystone Cougar from an auction and rebuilt it. Here's some pictures. He's been using this trailer about 4 to 5 times every year. The slide out's working great. Great job, Daryl. He's in Idaho. I used to live in Sandpoint, Idaho. I call Idaho and Montana the foothills of Canada. I'm really keeping my eyes out there on the road. And here's another one I saw. I just like this one because it was beefy. I believe it's a Western Star. This thing looked like it could tackle any hill, any grade, any part of BC. That's a cool thing here in BC, is no matter how remote and rural you get, it's built for trucks. And I always say, if you can drive a truck on it, you can drive an RV on it. And heck, this thing's both a truck and an RV, let's face it. And if you have any cool RVs, cool pictures of your pets, or anything related to RVing you want to send my way, send it to RVingWithJoe@gmail.com. I can't use everyone's submissions, but I really try to. Jackie K sent this to us. They've collected a couple RVs, which they're going to share with us here. They've got their Jeep and their dog Pepper, and Pepper will most certainly be showing up in the next RVing with Pets coming really soon. I happened to catch this super crawler hauler online. I think it was in one of the Facebook groups, and I just had to share it with y'all. Look at the beefiness of this. Between that big old heavy duty truck tone in the front, you got that big old, what is that, a Bronco on the back, and a whole lot of wheels in between. I ran across this 2001 Mitsubishi Fuso that was actually for sale in the local area where I live, down here in the Vancouver area. Now check it out. This thing is the ultimate overlanding rig. This guy's put over 6,000 into the solar setup. 630 watts of solar power. It's got Bluetooth controls, a 3,000 watt inverter. It's got 4,000 amp hour lithium batteries. It's got a 2K diesel furnace, custom kitchen, custom bathroom, a great living area. And this thing's available now. So I'm going to put a link to the Facebook Marketplace ad in my description so you can check it out if you're interested in it. You know, it's not that hard to export a vehicle out of Canada into the States. So even if you're across the border and you're interested in this, just talk to a customs broker in the Bellingham or Vancouver area, and they'll be able to tell you how it works. It's not that hard. A lot of people in Canada bring up US RVs because there's a better selection in the States. Me, I bought mine locally because I tried to keep my money in Canada. These videos can get anywhere from 20 to 30 to 100,000 views. So if you've got a special rig you're trying to sell, and you want to get it on this channel, reach out to me at RVingWithJoe@gmail.com. And I ran across this one. I don't know what kind of trailer this is. This is sort of like a trailer designed by MC Escher. Where's the front? Where's the back? It just kind of made me giggle. I thought I'd share it with y'all. Jason H. from the UK wanted to share their RV, which is a Devon Monaco. It's based on a Renault. He's taking it all around the British Isles. He's heading off to France in September. And this is how you RV in Europe. There's a big RVing culture in Europe. The vehicles might be a little smaller, and I understand the RV parks are a little different, and it varies from country to country. But there is, in fact, a big RV culture in Europe. And I spotted this one, and it just screamed America. With the election coming and all of us choosing sides, I thought I'd bring out something that could bring us all together. An RV with the American flag on it. Take your hat off, put your hand over your heart, and salute this vehicle. And whether you're in Canada or the US, we've got elections coming up. Don't forget to vote. I don't want to hear who you're voting for. Keep your politics out of my comments, but definitely get out there and vote. We all need to do our part. I spotted this Outback trailer online, and I thought that's a rare one to see an actual second floor in a trailer like this. I think it's a pop-up element, but I thought I'd share it here anyway. I saw this bad boy, and I thought, now this is what I really need to get around BC. As cool as my F-150 is, and as cool as my off-road Ember trailer is, I still can't go places that other people can go. And this guy can go a heck of a lot farther than I can. And that's why I'm going to bring it back. That's right. This guy's getting the RVing with Joe Tip of the Hat Gold Star Award for the coolest Ford in this episode. That's right. I saw your comments. I saw you asking me. I brought back the Tip of the Hat award for the best Ford. And if you don't like Ford, too bad. It's your loss. Haters can move to the comments and tell me all about it. Here was a sweet little ride for sale. Unfortunately, I don't have the information on where it's for sale, but I saw the picture, thought it was cute, custom built, looks really cool. And from the looks of that tow vehicle, maybe not that heavy. Or the tow vehicle's overburdened, one of the two. And this comes from Stuart.
It's Stuart!
He says he and the wife love watching the videos. They wanted to share their little RV with us. I love those motorcycle trailers. You fit so much in so little. That's great that you're getting out there, and whether you got a Class A or a motorcycle trailer, make sure you get out there. If you're not an RVer, comment below and tell me why not, because this lifestyle is awesome. Chad sent us this pic from his Crystal Beach trip to Boulevard, Texas. Basically, he was at a Sun and Fun Park. I think I stayed at a Sun and Fun Park in Florida once. Apparently, he has a cart, he has a trailer for the cart, but I don't see it all put together. Is this perhaps Turd Duckin? If you do tow doubles, Chad, make sure you send us a picture of the whole thing. I want to see your Turd Duckin in action. And that takes us to Turd Duckin. We all know what Turd Duckin is. Turd Duckin is when you take a turkey and inside it you cook a duck, and inside the duck you put a chicken, you cook it all together. It tastes great, but it's kind of an interesting way to tow. Let's take a look at some Turd Duckin setups. Chris J sent us this Turd Duckin. He says he loves to boondock in the deserts of Nevada, California, Utah, and he watches and subscribes to our channel. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. And this is his 2004 Dodge Cummins that he pulls a 78 six-pack camper with his ATV and geo-tracker. That's a beautiful set of Turd Duckin. And yes, you RV in some of my favorite places too. That's what I love about BC too, is it reminds me of the Southwest, only there are trees instead of desert. But there's no people, and that's the important part. David C, he says he loves the channel. Thanks for watching. And he wanted to send us a picture and video of his RV. We've got a Class C, and we got a smart car on the back. Is that a smart car on the back? And then a boat behind it. I like it. It's like a compact form of Turd Duckin, a real efficient form of Turd Duckin. Good job. Edwin T. Edwin T sent us a bunch of different things. I hope I got this all straight. He's got a Turd Duckin that's his cousin Darren's. He's got another cousin Darren. Nope. He's got a cousin Darren, other Turd Duckin. I guess other Turd Duckins, not other cousins. I guess his one cousin has multiple Turd Duckins. Oh, it's complicated. And he's got another video of his Turd Duckin. And including these old YouTubes he sent me that I copied down that are his old Turd Duckin. That's a lot of Turd Duckins, Edwin. I hope I got them all right. If I didn't, you can clear it up in the comments for everybody. Thanks for sending it my way. Now here we move on to HL. He says greetings, and he saw this up in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's a camper shell, a flatbed travel trailer with a deck and an AC, no less. He said it obviously made a long trip to get there. I think it's being towed by a Toyota Corolla. Man, that transmission must be on fire. But hey, he made it there. Good for him. I like the devotion to barbecuing. With that kind of weight problem, and he has a full-size barbecue on the back. I think I might go compact in that department. Thanks, HL. I'm not sure if I would qualify this as Turd Duckin, but with that barbecue has wheels on it, so I think we'll call it Turd Duckin. John and Melissa, they've traveled all over the U.S. with this setup and done a lot of off-roading and wanted to share their rig with us. It looks pretty. Thanks for sending it our way, you two. And while we were gassing up, we ran across some folks who had just watched our videos. They wanted to say hi, and I said they definitely qualified as Turd Duckin. Even though it's a little small, it still counts. So I decided to take a picture. And if you guys see this, hey, thanks for saying hi. I definitely endorsed the Starlink, which is what they came up asking us about. If you're not sure what I mean, I'll put a link here to my Starlink video talking about how I have it mounted in my truck and not my trailer. Thanks for saying hi, you guys. Safe travels. Mark M says it's not his photo, but he saw it on Facebook and he thought of us. Looks like it's a fellow Arizonan. He's from Pine Top, Arizona. And Matt H wanted to show us not only his rig, which isn't exactly Turd Duckin, but he wanted to show us the Turd Duckin he does see in Colorado. I was just in Denver. Man, you guys drive fast in Colorado. I know British Columbia has made me soft. But whew, fast drivers.
What are those things? Were those the other cars?
Robert from Mississippi. He's got his 1995 F350 4x4 with his 1987 Suzuki Samurai on the back and his 2024 7X14 trailer, soon to be converted to a camper. Well, Robert, when you're done there in Mississippi, make sure you send us a picture of the final product when you make that a camper. Hopefully you got some good ideas from this channel. Stephen P sent this our way. He doesn't know much about it. He just saw it in the parking lot and thought it'd be good for this channel. Thanks for sending it our way. Yeah, that's a big one.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
And here's one I spotted on Facebook. Look at that Wonder Bread monster truck on the back. That is crazy. I would love to drive a monster truck like that just once. Warren D from South Africa shared with us these couple of pics of his Turd Duckin going over one of the highest gravel passes in South Africa, Nod's Neck. And the next pics he sent was his creation out of a rooftop tent and an X-bike trailer that he put it all together. He actually tows this trailer with the tent pitched. Probably not on the freeway. Warren and some of my best friends are South African. Doug B wanted to share his 2022 Sunset Sunray 1939 Sport. He can go just about anywhere he wants. It's got a 6-inch off-road package and 100 watts of solar. It's a nice little rig. Gordon H found this odd little weird one, but it was near Portland, Michigan, not that Portland. He says he likes the channel and likes to watch all the episodes. I encourage everyone to watch all the episodes. Thanks, Gordon. Now, admittedly, this isn't an RV, but Jason and Amy sent us this pic nonetheless. They thought we'd find it interesting. It's a Corvette doing a tow job on with a motorcycle trailer on the back. Now, I'm sure it's not too heavy, but he is right. I normally don't see Corvettes towing. Not exactly what they're built for. Mike spotted this in Missoula, Montana, right where the I-90 meets Highway 93. He joked, this is what happens when a mechanic turns into a carpenter. But what had him amazed is that it wasn't squatting. Yeah, that is impressive. Maybe airbags? I don't know. Can you put airbags on a Jeep Cherokee? Oh my gosh, and I didn't even see the front until now. Tractor Boy 31, he sent us this one. He saw this rig in Messick County, Michigan. Apparently the guy built the back from scratch. The back porch and canopy looked like it was the roof from a high top sleeper. Apparently this guy lives in Florida for 3 months. He forgot the stats on the engine and the transmission. I don't care. That thing looks cool and it's built on a heavy duty truck, so you know it can handle most anything thrown at it. And we saw this cute little Class A that was actually just coming back from Alaska. Actually, they're U.S. citizens, but they were up here in Canada. They're full-time in it, out of Florida and New York, I guess. They got a whole flat tow in the back with a car. And like I said, they just come back from Alaska, so they were doing it. Just thought the RV was kind of cute, all custom painted pink, and they had a Starlink on the top. I'm a big fan of the Starlinks. Not a big fan of Elon Musk, but a big fan of Starlink. And just this last camping trip, we were rolling through a campsite, kind of doing some recon. Whenever I come across a new campsite and we're driving around on a trip, I like to stop in, take a look at it, see if it's something we can stay at in the future. And I ran across this, which is kind of a stealth rig. It's set up like a commercial rig, but if you look, it's clearly an RV. Here it's set up at a campsite, so it doesn't have to be stealth. But if this was parked in an industrial area, I wouldn't think twice. So that's about it. It was a huge Turd Duckin. We had to catch up after doing some trips. Please don't hesitate to send in your pictures, your videos, any cool links to RVingWithJoe@gmail.com. Yep, I've been real busy with the travel videos. I'm going to put my latest travel video right here to the left. If you didn't catch the Turd Duckin compilation video, I'm going to put it right down here in the corner. All the Turd Duckins of the first 15 episodes, all crammed together. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I earned your subscription. If I did, please reach down and click subscribe now. It really helps me out. And I'll see you on the next RV's Gone Wild.